Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at these new Goten and Trunks Awakenings that just came out on Global. Not really a lot going on right now. We got one of these stupid LR filler banners. I was going to do a should you pull on it, but you guys are all smart enough just to not pull on it. There really wasn't a point, so we didn't do that, but maybe on the next big release. I know we've got like, what do we got, like Golden Week coming up? That'll be a big one, right? So maybe for that one, I'll try to do a should you pull on that. But yeah, we're going to take a look at these guys. Now, they just got Awakenings and not Easy Ace, so we're going to see kind of how they're looking right now. I do think there are some pieces of their kit that actually look pretty solid. So with an Easy A, potentially they could be very good. We'll see how they're looking right now, though. So we got this AGL Trunks here. So they have very weird leader skills, too. These are kind of like more old school leader skills, not ones you would ever use. STR enemies attack and defense minus 40. Now, that doesn't seem like a good leader skill, and it's not. But the thing that's crazy about it is there's been leader skills like this in the past that you can kind of abuse. I believe there's an SR Bona Magetta that, like, awakens into an SSR. And he has something similar to this where it's like, you either get a ton of damage reduction or they lower, like, attack and defense of the enemy. Because you got to imagine, if you have two of these as leaders, the enemies are attack and defense minus 80%. So the enemies are severely debuffed. The problem with it is then your entire team has no key attack, HP, or defense buffs to them at all. So you're just using the units raw, basically, without a leader skill. So it's not worth the trade-off, really. And then any unit, any enemies that cannot be debuffed for attack and defense, I don't think they would lose that, right, off the leader skill. So yeah, it's not anything you'd realistically run. But in the past, there was a time when you could kind of abuse leader skills like this to kind of sneak past some really hard content. You'd go really slow because you wouldn't do a lot of damage. But yeah, not a leader skill you're going to use. So this Trunks is intriguing because he infinitely stacks defense, which is cool. So raises defense, raises attack for one turn, and causes supreme damage to the enemy. And then he gets key plus 2 attack and defense 120, plus an additional attack plus 70 while performing a super. Medium chance of evading the enemy super attack as the first or second attacker in the turn. We'll keep that in mind, right? So you want this guy in slot 1 or 2. And it's kind of cool because they made him the defensive stacker, which he'd be the one more likely to be in slot 1. Now, realistically, in Red Zone, I don't think this guy's going to be viable. But in, like, Legendary Vegeta event and stuff, I think this guy could work. And that's where we're going to see him here. Plus an additional attack and defense 70% when there's a Goku family category ally on the team. Plus another attack and defense 70 and chance of evading plus 20%. So now this is where he gets spicy. Because then if you have that on, then you're at a 50% chance to dodge, which is a lot better, as long as you have a Goten kit attacking in the same turn. So the Goten and Trunks, they're really meant to be used together. They're really good linking partners anyways. So I think realistically, if you're going to run them, you'd actually want to run them on rotation in a situation where you want to run these free-to-play units, right? I have not put any equips on them, so I haven't invested that yet. I kind of want to wait and see what they look like first, and then maybe I will. Let's look at Goten. So here's the Goten. This is a physical Goten. So same thing, just a different typing, but in type attack and defense minus 40. And then Goten infinitely stacks attack and then raises defense for one turn and does supreme damage to the enemy. And then he's got a very similar passive to the Trunks, right? Key 2 and attack and defense 120, an additional defense 70 while performing a super, medium chance of evading as the second or third attacker in a turn, plus an additional attack and defense 70 when there is a Vegeta's family category ally on the team, plus an additional attack plus 20 per key sphere obtained, and an additional attack and defense 70 when there's an ally who is Kid Trunks in the same turn. So they've done a kind of a cool thing to where, like, their kits are similar, but they've given them different roles within the team, right? So Trunks is meant to be in slot 1, stack defense, and he gets like what I like about it is when you have a Goten, he's the one that gets more dodge. And as a slot 1 character, you want more dodge, right? Whereas this Goten, he actually gets, he gets nuking. So he gets an attack per orb in slot 2. And he's also stacking attack. So he's meant to be the more offensive unit. So we're going to kind of see how it plays out. But the Goten, we have to really keep in mind that he nukes. So we really have to see. So the idea is you'd run Goten in slot 2, Trunks in slot 1. Or if you wanted to float them, then you'd probably run Trunks in slot 2 and then Goten would be floating. But I think realistically, you just run these guys together on rotation. We'll see how they're looking though. If you want to focus on them, obviously, right? Yeah, and then really they're very lowly link level, no equips yet. So this is kind of like a bare minimum look at them. So yeah, let's hop in and see what we're looking like here. So Trunks turn 1. is 133k defense. He has infinitely stacking defense, right? Then he gets more attack on super, while the Goten gets more defense on super. I guess for Goten it's great because he's always going to be in slot 2 or 3, so he's always going to have that extra defense. But this guy does not get it. But he's got more dodge, right? Okay. So I'm actually going to float the AGL Trunks here. And the reason why is Goten is on the next rotation, and I want them together as soon as possible to get the best linking situation. And this rotation is pretty weak in terms of damage. So unless these guys like crit an additional bunch, I'm thinking Trunks maybe hopefully can get a defense stack here. But these guys do additionals, so let's see. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right, and then this Trunks I don't think should go too crazy. Once again, we just want to avoid additionals here. We should be good. Okay, yep, okay, we're good. So now Trunks will get to attack and get some stacking. All right, 2.76. For a free-to-play unit, it's not the worst, but the thing you have to keep in mind, other than that 50% chance to dodge, and that's only if he's with a Goten, he doesn't have a ton of utility. So we're looking at like pretty much raw stats here. And so would they fill a spot on most rosters? Probably not, right? We're going to float Beast Gohan off. And then Goten, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And then physical Goten has to be in slot 2. And we don't, I was going to say we got a decent amount of orbs to do nuking, but we can't nuke because he has to have a Kid Trunks. So yeah, until we get them on rotation together, they're not really going to be looking the best here. So let's see what kind of damage we have here. Pretty poorly linked at this point. This Goten shouldn't take him out either. This is going to be kind of a longer run. I mean, once we have it set up, we're going to have 2 Beast Gohans on rotation. They're really going to put out the brunt of the damage. So yeah, like 1.2, nothing crazy, but we're missing so much with them, like not having the Trunks on rotation, not linking very well. So let's actually take a look at them. So those are kind of like not very good numbers there. But let's see next rotation with him. We should be looking a lot better. So this rotation, we've just got nothing going on here. So sure, we'll just do this, float my support. I think we'll just let Beast Gohan go crazy because he might be able to just solo this phase and then hopefully get a fresh phase for next turn. It's really annoying during showcases when you get into these modes where like one rotation leaves them with just a sliver and then your actual showcase rotation has like no damage to work with. I'm hoping Gohan here will just go crazy and take this Vegeta out. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Oh my gosh, no, it's not going to happen. All right, so now we just hope the Vegeta has enough health left to survive here. That's not good. See, we're going to get in that bad situation here. And I'm probably going to prioritize Trunks because he's going to be in slot 1 and he's stacking defense. I really could have done without that additional. Really could have done without that. Oh my gosh. Oh! No, he literally left up with a sliver. If he could have either crit on that normal or just done a super. How did that rotation not kill him? That is so annoying. Alright, so we're not going to see Goten here, but yeah, we got 6 out of 7 links. So Trunks here at 188k defense, but he is stacking defense as we go, right? He's getting another 70% attack on super. Well, let's see. We have 50% chance to dodge, so we'll see if the dodging comes through. I mean, we'll grab these orbs to nuke with Goten, but we're not going to see him attack. Alright, let's see what happens here. What do you got? No dodge, okay. And then 4 mil, okay. So now that we're properly linked up, like 4 mil is actually solid. For free-to-play units, like that's solid, but you have to remember, if we're going to run them on rotation, there are way better summonable options we can run. So you'd only be doing this if you're desperate or want to just do it for fun. I think if you're running like outside of red zone, like pretty casual content, like I think you're safe to like use these guys. That's what it seems like to me. Oh, actually, I could have left that pot of orbs up for the Goten. Now, with 2 Gohans, I'm going to hope that we take out this Vegeta here. Although 3 mil is pretty weak for this guy. He's not getting any links. Yeah, give me some additionals, Gohan. That's like your thing. You're supposed to do additionals and build up. All right, hopefully we go crazy here. 8.7. Give me at least a double super, Gohan, so we can get through this phase. Please at least give me a double super. There we go. Okay, there. That's what you were supposed to do last time, Gohan. Oh my gosh, dude, chill. All right. All right, next phase. Now we got a fresh Vegeta, so we should be able to see Goten and Trunks at action here. All right, so we have to remember Goten's defense. He does get a chunk of defense on super, right? I think it's 70%. So Goten at 141. But he's going to get 70% on super. But I mean, he's still going to be under 300k. Like, the defense stat isn't that good there. And his nuking, I believe, is only attack, right? Yeah, he's only getting attack on nuke up to 140. There is a limit. So what is it? So 7 orbs, basically, he caps out. So if you can get at least 7 orbs, we're seeing his max attack. Trunks here, though, at 231, and now he's going to keep stacking. And remember, these guys haven't easy aid yet. I do like the skeleton of their kits. I do think they're pretty cool. How am I going to drop this the best for Goten? I feel like if I drop this, those physical orbs are not going to drop correctly. Something's going to interrupt there. I could just drop... No, then the blue's going to drop down. Alright, let's just hit this and see what happens. I don't think they're going to drop good. No, that's fine. We'll get 4 orbs. Sure, let's just grab 4 orbs for Goten, and we'll see what kind of damage we get with 4. So that's an extra 80% he's getting. Let's see how we're looking here. So Trunks got a dodge. That's good. And then 4 mil. So I feel like Trunks is just going to be pretty consistent at 4 mil. Now, there are links on the table. And links are pretty important with these two because they're linking so well. So Trunks gave us a double dodge. And then Goten at about 3 mil. Not the craziest. You know, it's pretty mid, right? We'll say that. They're pretty mid. But I think, like I said, I like the idea that Trunks has all the dodge built in. I think if you could maybe give them like a support passive, or maybe, what if Goten got orb changing and Trunks got like support? Like something like that I think could be really cool. And I'm fine if you want to limit it to, you know, having a kid Trunks on rotation or whatever. Will these go? I'm going to actually hit one of these. I want to make sure this Vegeta gets out of here. And with type disadvantage, you just don't know. So sure, we'll get a little Beast Gohan action going here. But I do think they have potential with an EZA, right? I do. It's just that, once again, as a free-to-play unit, when all you're really doing essentially is damage and defense, you've got to be pretty dang good to be on rotation. So I think these are just relegated to fun units. But I definitely want to see them more. Let's get a better look at them. All right, so that wiped them out. That's fine. We'll take the Beast Gohan shot. Get the KO screen. All right, so this is one of the better turns we're going to see. They're fully supported, fully linked, right? They got everything going on. Trunks now at 275k start a turn. So the defense stacking starting to kind of roll in. Now, he's not going to stack fast enough for Red Zone, but I do like him here in this Legendary Vegeta event. Like, that's definitely good enough for this event. So if you want to play with them for fun, I think you're good. And then can we get... All right, 8 orbs. Perfect. So we're getting full nuke here with Goten. And Goten's defense is 141, so they're going to be pretty much consistent. Goten will be at those numbers, but Goten's attack will fluctuate, and Trunks' defense will. So yeah, Trunks at exactly 4.02 mil. That's where he's sitting. That's kind of like his ceiling there. Give me dodge. Oh, he did not dodge. What's he going to take? This Vegeta, I don't think lowers defense. 173, yeah. And then 3.4. And attack definitely stacks like way slower than defense. For the Goten supposedly being the more offensive unit, he's putting up actually less than the Trunks. And we had full nuke on that turn. Now he is stacking attack, but it's not going to keep up. It's looking to me like Trunks is just hands down the better unit. Trunks has 50% chance to dodge, is putting up a higher attack stat, better defense stats. Goten, I think, just got the shaft here. It's basically what it is. Goten got the shaft. Sure, let's go ahead and nuke with this Beast Gohan. Oh, I probably should have had him linking first. That's okay. With type advantage, I think there's going to be no issue with these Gohans taking this phase out. And then I think we'll maybe make the next turn the last turn. Because we know, you know, they're both going to keep stacking. But I think we've pretty much seen what they are right now, right? Not too crazy. Oh, he dodged. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know this Vegeta could dodge. That's how rare this Vegeta dodges. Wow. We're still going to be okay. We're still going to be okay. Yeah. That would have been bad if you like dodged out the rest of that rotation. All right, let's just do one more turn here. Because not much is going to change, right? Like Trunks' defense, yeah, still going up 300k. Once again, these units, they feel good for like 2 to 3 years ago. I know that's not like really a compliment, but like if these guys came out like 2 years ago, I would say 2 years ago. If they came out like 2 years ago, they would be solid probably, you know, before like Mega Red Zone stuff. Because like when we had longer events like this Legendary Vegeta event, this feels like kind of the spot for them. That's like kind of where they're meant to be as like Legendary Vegeta event. Because, you know, Trunks is getting up to suitable amount of defense. And by the end of this, Trunks maybe could tank a Final Flash, right? But for actual difficult content in today's meta, yeah, they're not really going to fly. Even as free-to-play units, they're still like better free-to-play units. Like, we can look at this Int Balma we just got for April Fools. She legitimately can be run in red zone. I've done several red zone clears with her on my team using a very non-meta team and been able to get red zone clears, right? I would say Kid Trunks is the most likely to be able to survive in red zone, just because even if he doesn't stack defense like crazy, because let's be honest, him stacking all day isn't going to matter. It's just if it's dodge procs. The problem is there has to be a good enough Goten you can run on rotation with him, and I don't know that we have a good. I don't know. Do we have a red zone viable Goten? I don't think we do. Like a standalone Kid Goten unit or like a Goten Trunks combo unit. I don't know that we do have that. Now, if we EZA the LR Gohan, Goten, and Trunks card, because I believe as long as the... I should double check if it says a name that includes, or if it has to be a solo card, or if a joint forces card works. So let's like end with that. We'll finish with that here. Let me just check here. Let me just verify. So, yes. So an ally whose name includes Goten Kid, right? So what that means is if the card anywhere has Goten Kid, so that could be an exchange card, could be a joint forces card. So what I'm thinking about here, I'm going to exit the fight. Let's just look, because I think the Trunks is kind of intriguing. Just because he has 50% chance to dodge. With RNG on your side, you maybe could squeak through. But let's look, what are our options for Goten, right? So if we just look up Goten. So we've got this one, which I don't think that they're red zone viable. Their EZA was pretty underwhelming, right? What other Goten? This one, they're not really good enough to run. So I probably wouldn't use that one. These are units, so that'll work for the passive. These guys need an EZA. What other Gotens? You know, this guy, like, I still really like him, but he won't hold up to red zone. Like, this is a unit that he's actually aged fairly well. Him and the counterpart Trunks, I still like him, but like in today's content, they're not really runnable. These guys are just trash. They were one of those terrible banner unit releases. Very disappointing. This guy we saw in the showcase, but he's not gonna hold up in red zone. He's a good support unit. Yeah, Goten is kind of weak. I think this guy and the counterpart Trunks, whenever they EZA, these guys are going to be hyped. Because these guys got built-in damage reduction. I think right now, they are sitting at 40% damage reduction. And then they get another 30%. So these guys are at like 70% damage reduction. The problem is they literally have no defense in their passive. So you EZA these guys, you can keep them at 70% damage reduction, but give them some defense. And then we're cooking. So I think in the future, that could be probably one of the better Gotens in the game. And then the unit I was talking about was this one here. I think these guys, when they get an EZA, they could be really spicy as well. So there could be a place for this Goten and Trunks in the future, even though they're not great right now. I think even un-EZA'd, potentially that Trunks could be used in conjunction with one of these guys when they EZA. Or these actual units themselves will EZA at some point and hopefully get a little bit better. So I think there's a future for them. I think there's a place for them. But right now, they're not really like the craziest units, right? So let me know what you think of this free-to-play Trunks and Goten. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.